welcome back to Litigation Help. My name is Heather Hoy-Litzman, and joining me here today is Heather Douglas. Hi, Heather.
Hi.
So in today's video, we're going to talk about enforcement of a judgment. So when I was a litigant, one of the most surprising things that I learned was that after a trial, even if you win and you get a judgment in your favor, the court doesn't do the enforcement, meaning that that you have to chase after the person to pay you. So Heather, I'd like to ask you, if possible, in this video to explain to us a little bit more about what actually happens after a trial. So, you know, the trial's over and then say you win, like what happens? What are the next few things that happens?
So the first thing is you get the endorsement. And the endorsement has the decision of the judge or the master, and it has the reasons for their findings and like why they made the decision they did. So once the parties get that endorsement, so like the written reasons, the lawyers or the self-rep, they take it and they make a formal order. So there's a special form under the rules of civil procedure forms, and you can make an order or a judgment using that form. And in that order, you just put in the results. So if it's the plaintiff gets $1 million, you're going to put in that order. You're not going to put in the reasons for why the plaintiff is getting $1 million. You're going to put in the result. So the result is the plaintiff gets X dollars. Maybe they get post-judgment or pre-judgment interest in the order. And then there might be a part about costs as well. So the order really takes into account the result of the hearing. And after it's put into the formal document based on the forms of the rules of civil procedure, it gets circulated to the other side or other sides in that case. So typically, most people will just consent and say they're good with the content and the form of it. But if there is a problem, a lawyer or like the other party might give some feedback, and then it might circulate a couple more times before everyone agrees to the content and the form of the order. Once that's approved, the last step is to send it to the court. So usually that will be the judge or the master that hears the hearing, that has the jurisdiction over the hearing, and they will sign it and it will get entered into the court system. So it's a lot of steps to get the decision into an order. But just because it's not in a formal document doesn't mean that the decision is invalid. It's a formal step that's taken, and it's an important step as well.
Heather, you mentioned content and form. What exactly do you mean? I think I understand content, but when you say form, what do you mean?
And that usually refers to like the way it looks. Like there's a certain structure that these judgments or orders are supposed to have, certain headings, certain language that's like preset into the form. So maybe like there's an issue with the font size or those words, the typical words being used. That might be like when we're referring to form, and the content might be like the plaintiff gets $1 million, but actually the decision said the plaintiff gets $500,000, so that would be a huge content error. But typically, if you're dealing with a lawyer and a lawyer prepares the draft order and it gets circulated and it's okay, most people will just agree to it and let it get to the court to get signed and then entered into the file.
Okay, so moving on. So let's say that you have this order now and everybody's approved it. I believe it's of course the winner's responsibility to.
It's
Is it?
no, it's any party, but usually the winner does it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, so now that there's an order in place, and let's say that the person does not pay up, the person is not complying with the order. What happens then? What can the winner do?
Right. So, like we talked about in our earlier video with contempt of court, so if your order is for payment of money, this is what I'm going to be talking about. So if someone isn't complying with paying money, go to Rule 60.02 of the Rules of Civil Procedure. Under that under that rule, there are 4 mechanisms that a party can use to enforce an order.
Wow. Okay. So for our viewers, I'm going to put the links to these rules that Heather mentioned in the description below. Thank you so much, Heather, for sharing your insight with us. And thank you everyone for watching. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell so that you can be notified of our upcoming videos. Thank you and bye-bye.